Good greetings, welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator. This is Frankfurt Airport, guys. Good greetings. As it is in the sim, which I'm hoping is close to real life, what with the traffic and everything. And we're going to be doing a flight from Frankfurt here in Germany to London Gatwick in the Fenix A320. At the moment, we just sat here watching the traffic. There's been a few flights coming in and out. It seems quite a busy airport, so I hope we don't get in the way of too many aircraft. We've got a Qatar plane coming in right now. We've just had a British Airways go out. A Star Alliance plane came in, and then we started broadcasting. So quite busy from here, but it looks pretty cool. All looks very nice. And our plane, which is Lufthansa, is behind us. So yeah, you're just watching activity, and it's pretty cool, isn't it? So let's see who's on with us today. And thank you for joining me. It's an impromptu stream. It's one of those I'm playing, so I'm streaming streams, and I just fancied to do a little flight today. And you can see a plane right in the middle of the screen towards the top there, just going out or coming in or whatever. Sebastian, the hot sauce dude, is with us. Hi Seb, welcome to the stream, sir. Roger Pocket, hi Roger, welcome to you. And gain damage. Hello matey. I am hoping not to gain any damage on my plane today. Let's take a look around. This is Frankfurt in Germany. So we've got I don't know what that is. Lot? I don't know. Lufthansa, that's what we're flying today. That's not our plane though, I don't think. That looks, yeah, KLM, that's Dutch. Austrian, okay. Smartlinks, Nuv, I don't know. Oh, hello. Our plane is right here. There it is, this is ours, as we saw from the thumbnail. And we have something else coming. Where's that big noise coming from? Is that a liftoff? Yes. Is it? No, it's a landing. Just landed. Okay, so we are completely cold and dark, as you can see. So we're going to do the full prep, get this thing started up, warmed up, and do the whole hokey-cokey thing. So let's get back into a quieter environment, which would be there. Wow. Okay. It's a lot quieter in here. Good soundproofing. I wonder if the planes are that soundproofed, because I can't hear anything outside at the moment. Okay, so the tablet's on. We've got battery's got down to 71% already, so we better get some power in. So let's go up here and flick on the batteries, which I think is that external power on. And at least this way we'll have something. Right, so the iPad should be charging now. Yep, it is. Right, so, oh, I missed the screens, guys. You should watch these when they come on, because the screens go white, like a not bright white, but a screen kind of white before they go black. It's kind of really quite cool, actually. Yeah, they're coming on. See, it's not like a plane you would get that isn't study level. It's kind of where they would, maybe all the screens would come on at the same time. These actually come on at different intervals, just like the real aircraft. It's absolutely wonderful. And then you get the standard error messages coming up, obviously, because systems are not functioning yet. So what I'm going to do before I do anything is the lighting. I want to get the interior lighting to my liking, so I'm going to get that up. And as for the floodlights, not too much of that, just a little. Okay, we don't want too much of that. That's a bit too bright, I think, even at night time. Alright, something like that, maybe. I don't know, I might turn those down again. So this one here, this brightness here, controls this readout at the top. So if we just take a look at that, you'll see it controls that. Because sometimes at night you don't want it so bright, you want to turn it down a bit. Then you have another button here, which I don't know if you can see, there it is. And this one controls the night lighting behind, which is this one. Okay, so we'll get that one up. And then we have the buttons here for the displays. So we've got the PFD, which is this one, the primary flight display, and that controls this one. And then we've got the navigation display, or ND. We've got two buttons here. We've got the middle one, which controls, sorry, the inner one, which controls the brightness of that. And I believe this back one could be backlighting. I'm not quite sure what that does. Oops. Oh, is that terrain? Is that a terrain brightness? Oh, I didn't know you could adjust that. Oof, it's not liking this, is it? Let's put that up there. Then we've got the loudy speaks, and then the console floor light, which is basically this down here. Again, dim is just fine for this. Let's sign in with our fingerprint so that we're in. And then we've got up here, and we have, this is quite dim, so we have a panel light here, this one. And also we should have this one, the dome light, which is like the whole cabin. So we might have it on bright right now, and then maybe during flight we'll either have it switched off or we'll have it on to dim. I'm going to put it on dim for now because that's fine. Okay, that's it then. I've got my lighting set up. Actually, now that I've got it all set up, the floodlight, maybe I could make that a bit brighter. I don't need it too bright. It's just enough so I can see the buttons that I need. Lenny Brooks is with us as well. Hey! Oh, the Vulcan? Yeah, I know. Yeah, the Vulcan's awesome. I did a live stream on it already. At least I did a video about, I actually did a tutorial on how to start the aircraft up from cold and dark. It's wonderful. I need to fly it again. It's really nice. And I just wrote down my own checklist the other day for the Airbus A310, which I would imagine would work for the A300 as well, because it's the same cockpit essentially. And on my notebook, which is a A5 notebook, I would say, yeah, it took me 5 pages to write down the whole procedure to get it started up. But it doesn't deter me, because something like that, it's going to be easy to remember once you get the knack of it, and you get the idea of it, then you know it's not difficult. So okay guys, well, we need to get off the ground here. We should be away by 1800 hours, but I don't see that's going to happen. So I'm going to change the time in SimBrief to around 1830 UTC. We're probably going to get off the ground a bit earlier than that, but I'm going to put it there. Do you want to change the ETOP scenario options? Yes, do that please. So we're looking at around a block time of 1 hour and 40 minutes. So the block time is basically the time it takes me to taxi to the runway, take off, do the flight, land, and taxi to the gates. So the actual flight will take less time than that. Okay, so we are flying Lufthansa, one of the biggest German airlines, I would say. So I'm just going to generate the flight in SimBrief right now. And if you did see my stream the other day, the flight sim stream, where we had a look at the A310, and I said, oh, you know, you can't import the SimBrief flight plan. Yeah, well, you can. It will import from SimBrief, no problem. So yeah, very cool plane. We have to do some stuff in that plane, because it's an earlier version of this thing and a lot less computerized, and I really want to have some fun with it. So what we can do then, now that we've got the plane kind of sorted, I'm not going to bring the jetway over yet. I'm not going to board anybody until I've got some more systems going. So let's just come up here, and we're going to concentrate up here because we need to do the nav. So let's do that one. So that's number 1. Number 2 is on the other side, and number 3 in the middle. And then we're going to give oxygen to the crew, because hey, my stewardesses and my stewards wouldn't be very good without oxygen. ground control here, which toggles the cockpit recorder. And that's all we need to do on this particular side. I don't think there's anything else to do here. So now that I've done this side, I'm just going to turn on some cursory lights, such as the strobe. I'm going to put the logo light on, so I'm going to move the light here to the second stage, right to the top, and that way it's set so that the logo is lit up at the back here. You probably don't need to put the wing light on right now, but I'm going to. I think it's probably a little bit early for the wing light, but right. So the no smoking signs are going to be on. I'm going to set them to on. Seatbelts sign are going to be set to on now, so that when people get in, they can put the seatbelts on straight away. And emergency exit lights, so those green exit signs you see on the doors, we're going to arm those, so they're going to be lit up and all good. And that's it up here for now. I don't need to do anything else. We can run an APU fire test before starting the APU. We'll do all of that stuff, as I think. Why not? It's part of procedure. Oh, okay. I see. Brought one of the sun visors down. Righty. So we have errors here. The fuel tank crossfeed, but I'm not worried about those yet. So let's clear that out. And now we've got 7 minutes to wait for alignment, because I should have started it earlier instead of yapping away, but I didn't. So in the meantime, I'm going to re-brighten that one. Oh, I didn't do these. Well, I did, but this one's still a bit too bright. And also on this side you can do it as well. PFD's on the outer. Can we grab it? There we go. I don't like these too bright, you know, too much. Alright, everything else we're going to leave as it is. We're just waiting for alignment first for the GPS to kick in. In the meantime, we can nip over here and go into Navigraph and take a look at the charts we're going to need for today's flight. Patricio! Hi, Patricio. New second in charge. Gain damage. Yeah, second in charge and everyone else. Oh, hi, Rusty. New second in charge. Gain damage. I got you. Yeah. I keep learning new things with this plane. Just when you think you're doing it right, something you... What, is that happened just now, Lenny? Does that happen just now? Yeah, I'm the same. I learn things all the time. Like just the other day I watched a video on this plane and I learned a few new things. Always good to know though, right? You know, always. Right, so we're in Navigraph. We're going to import our SimBrief flight plan. And there it is, Frankfurt, Maine to Gatwick, London Gatwick. 396 nautical miles on the route, and that's going to be pretty much it. There's our route. Yeah, that's our flight plan for today. And this is the first time I've seen this screen. I've never clicked the route button before. So I've just learned something. There you go. Now, the alternate airport. Actually, I haven't put that in, so let's stick that in there. SimBrief says the alternate airport is Manchester. Wow. That's a distance. If we can't land at Gatwick, we've got to go all the way up to Manchester. Woof. Mamma mia, really? Okay. So Manchester is EGCC, so let's type the ICAO for that. It's QWERTY keyboard, this one. Oops, I didn't get the E in there. Alrighty. So EGGC, so egg C, and let's press return. Let's press return again. Or do we have to click add now? I actually don't know. Let's get rid of the keyboard. Go ahead. Oh, there we go. So Manchester. So yeah, that's just there as a, there it is. There's the dot for Manchester. So if we can't land here for some reason, bad weather, we know we've got storms in the UK at the moment, so I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that's not going to affect us today. I was a bit unsure about flying over the UK today with the weather, but we'll see. It hasn't been too bad around where I am. I don't know what the weather's like in Gatwick, really. So, okay, so how did I get here? Oh yeah, right. So we want, is it ground charts I want? I think so. Maybe, maybe not. No, there's no charts here. No, it's not ground charts. So it's the reference documents. Doesn't this have pictures of charts next to them? It doesn't, does it? Okay, I thought it did. Oh, looking for this particular one. Did I pick the right one? Yes, that's the one. Okay, so we are here. We are taking off runway 25 center, so this one. So we don't have a big taxiway. I deliberately put my plane here so that I wouldn't have to taxi very far to 25C, which is center. Obviously L for left, C for center, R for right. And the heading, it's quite a long runway. It's 4 kilometers, 4,000 meters, and it's 246 on the heading. That'll be our initial heading out. And that's kind of all I need to know, except for the transition altitude. So I've already forgotten it. I'm so bad at this. Right, 246 degrees, okay. So that'll be our initial heading. So we might as well just set that in here. Just doing a few odd bits and pieces until the IRS aligns, because we can't do much else until it does. So 246 degrees, which is close to 250 for 20, which is the 25 here. It doesn't have to be bang on, you know. Yesterday been doing trim wrong. Best to set it after final load sheet tells you what trim it should be on. Yeah, yeah, I've been a bit amiss at that as well. I haven't been doing it. So it's not just you, it's me. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to taxi, I guess, along here, Lima 5, Lima 3, and then we can engage. Oh no, wait a minute. Yeah, Lima 3, and we'll come off on Lima 3, and we'll engage the runway right here. Now, in order for me to get the altitude, Jesus, the transition altitude, I need to look at my. I'm not going to look at anything on another monitor here. I'm going to show you guys what I'm looking at. So my route, does it show the operational flight plan here? Or do I have to go somewhere else for that? Okay, I know I can get it. Looking for the home button here. I need the OFP, operational flight plan, but I'm not quite sure where it is. Let's import it from here. So scheduled to take off at 18:30. We've got the weather and we've got the route. Okay, here we go. This will do. So Sobra 8N will be our SID, and Tabor 2G will be our star. This is just, I don't ignore. This is our flight level 360. I'm not quite sure what this beginning bit is, the N0452, but this is our flight level, so we'll be flying at 36,000 feet. So Sobra 8N is what we want. So if we go back now to the Navigraph, and we go to this one, and we want our departure, and it's quite dim, this, isn't it? I don't know if there's a brightness on this, but let me see if we can come down to Sobra 8N, I believe it was. There it is, Sobra 8N, RNAV departure. So we'll click on that one, and this is our departure route. So we'll be coming out of here, and we'll be flying along this route here, past Donab and Sobra. So initial climb clearance says 5,000 feet. There we go. Alexa, shut the F up. What is wrong with this? I'm going to unplug it, you know. There you go. Right, so transition altitude, as we can see, is 5,000 feet. So we're going to make sure that we remember that. and Gatwick, I'm going to say 6,000. 6,000. There you go. I told you I was going to say it. Yes, 5. I think it's 6,000. I'm going to obviously double check. So now then, when we can't pin the chart, but what we can do is favorite the chart, which is this one. Now, how we access those separately, I don't know. We've got night charts here as well. It just turns it into a nighttime version, which you guys might be able to see better, actually. Yeah, take off into the winds. Well, if I was doing it via ATC, like SimBrief will assign me the runway that's currently active right now, so we should be flying, we should be taking off into the wind. That's, yeah, because SimBrief will assign the runway for that. So there's notes here which I never take note of. So obviously this one, 250 knots below 10,000 feet, that's global, so that's fine. Here we've got starred ones here, so that's cool. So we've got that one, and that's all I need from here. And then on this one, we've got our approach, arrival, which I've already forgotten what it was. Let me take a look at SimBrief here. So the arrival, the star was, oh yeah, Terra I called it, didn't I? So it's Tebra 2G. Tebra 2G. So let's come down and find that. It might be, if it's not here listed, it might be listed like somewhere on the side here. Tebra. Okay. All right, not listed. What the hell? Oh, here, Tebra 2G. Jesus. Yeah, this is the same then. Barmy 1G, Conan, and Tebra 2G. I was thinking, how can that be? But anyway, here we go. So on here, we'll get the transition altitude for coming down. Unless it says by ATC, it does. Son of a. I hate it when it does that. So I'm going to put 6,000 feet anyway. There's lots of UK airports where it's 6,000 feet, so I'm just going to do that. So Timber, oh, I recognize that. So Abtum Tebra. So we're going to be coming, I don't think we're going to be coming from up here, from Barmy. That's the wrong one. And then there's Conan, but Tebra is here. So we'll be coming from Frankfurt and we'll be hitting Tebra here. And then we'll be doing that one. So any of these lines before and this Conan one, we're not even going to be doing that one. We'll be coming and linking onto Tebra, coming down this way and then flying over into the final approach. So let's keep this one pinned as well. And then on the final approach, it is runway 26 left, and we will be doing a Cat 1 ILS landing at 26 left. So we'll pick up this chart. And maybe, sometimes I've noticed that it does, transition altitude 6,000, there you go. I was about to say, sometimes I've noticed that it does show the transition altitude on the final approach. There it is. We've got the ILS frequency there, 110.9. The final approach course is 257. And we will be doing a Category 1 landing. So our decision altitude will be 396, which is 200 above the runway altitude from sea level, 196. And then we have at 5.5 nautical miles, 2,000 feet. And from this point, we will adopt a 3-degree descent rate, I believe. There's somewhere where it tells you it's 3 degrees. Yeah, there we go. 3 degrees. This will be our 3-degree descent rate to come down and land smoothly, perfectly, no mistakes. Yeah, right. I'm going to pin this chart anyway because I need this one. So that's this one. So now if I go to starred, where's the other one? Oh, these are the, okay. So it's only showing you the list based on this airport. So if I switch to the departure, then it'll show me the starred one for Frankfurt. Come on, it's a bit slow. There it is. Okay, I would prefer to have them pinned somewhere where I can access them really quickly. What is the pencil for? I can draw on these? Oh, yeah, okay. You can draw on them. That's cool. I didn't know that. Right. Okay, I'm good. The ones I want to keep on the screen for now, though, are definitely going to be the inbound ones. So it's going to be these. I want to keep those there. Right, we should be aligned now. Yeah, we are. Do we have a message? No. So I don't need to go into it. Okay, let's go here. And navigation accuracy upgraded from nothing. Okay, so initialize. Let's get the Simbrief flight plan in. I know I clicked it. There we go. Just had to wait a little while. Flight number then today is I don't know. I know what it ends with. I believe it is LUF. So let's go and put in LUF, obviously for Lufthansa, and our flight number 26 and 27. My default number for a reason. And cruise profile is 24, or the cost index. And I believe we're flying up at 36,000 feet. So it's flight level 360. We'll plug that into there, and it should tell us what the temperature is going to be up there. Minus 59. You better put your big coat on. Now this wind thing, let me take a look at this. We can request the winds already. The climb winds. Okay, let's request those and see if they work. We may have to wait just a little while. Oh, there they are. Okay, cool. Now the plane's got that information. Now it knows what all the winds, the wind direction and everything, all the way up to the cruising altitude. In fact, beyond. Brilliant. Okay, that's extra information that the plane has. The autopilot will be happy with that. Right, let's get the flight plan in then. IRS initialization, we've kind of got that. It all agrees, everything agrees up. It's fine. Yeah, so F, and we're going to go into Frankfurt, and we will be departing from runway. I'm going to show you guys on here. I'm hoping it's going to show it actually here on this screen. Come on. 25 center. There's the route, landing at 26 left. So 25 center via the Sober 8N SID. Okay, and then after that is Sobra and Bitboo, or Y180, but we don't need to worry about that. The plane should put those bits in for us. Let's have a look. Right, so let's go down the list to 25 center, and it's Sober 8N, so we're gonna, you have to press up to go down. Yep, makes sense. I just look at it as when I'm pressing up, I'm pushing text up basically. So Sober 8N, no transitions, and let's insert that into the flight plan. And then let's come down to Gatwick Airport here, and we're going to be arriving at ILS 26 left. And the start is Tebra 2G, which is going to be down there. And it's, as long as it's clicked in up there, we're good, and we're going to insert. Right, now there's no performance data yet because we haven't loaded the plane up yet, so I'm not going to bother with that. Once we get the performance data in, then I'll run through the flight plan I won't bother with it before then. Right, so I probably should have done this already, but we'll do it now. Hey Vlad, am I practicing flying for Star Trucker? No. Why? Why are you asking that? No.
Boarding requested.
No. This should kick in. Oh, it's that one? Okay, that's weird. But alright. Is that actually... I've never seen that before. We must have a conflict or something between... Have I got two airports here or something? That's a bit weird. Or maybe I don't have a GSX profile for this airport. Alright, so as we get people on board, we need to set the mass and balance. I want to get all that in before we do any performance stuff at all.
Do you want a board crew?
Yeah, whatever.
Pilot's boarding starting.
Right. So, Simbrief, 157 passengers, cargo 2355, this says 2136. I don't know why there's always a difference there, so you can edit this. There we go. So it's actually 2.3 or 2.355, so I'm probably going to go 2.4. And the fuel required is 6.651, so this should be 6.7, and it is. And now we're going to load the aircraft. So we should see the aircraft dip a little here, or bounce a little as we load it up. And for some reason, it's not letting me do it. What? Everything's got reset here. All right. Alright, this is a new one. This is a new one on me. I've never seen it do this before. But we'll run through this again. So, passengers 157. Cargo is 2.4.
Your crew has boarded.
And the fuel is 6.7. Load the aircraft instantly, and you see this plane just drop a little. Alright, this gives us our new figures here. I've seen some of these. No, never mind. There's no point me rambling on about that. There was a figure I was looking for, and I found it on the MCDU. Alright, so as far as the Fenix plane is concerned, everybody's boarded and all the correct fuel is in. 6.7, and we've got all the weights correct. So now that the weight is correct,
hello, sir.
Gain damage. You want to do your thing? I'll do it.
I have beautiful lights. Hello.
I seem to be attracting a lot of creepy trolls at the moment. Okay, where was I? Into here. Next page, and we need to put those numbers into here right now. So the block fuel we know is 6.7. And the zero fuel weight is 58.9. Let's just go with 59. And 29.2.
Hello.
Hello. So 59 and 29.2. Yeah, 29.2. In there, and then if we just give it a couple of seconds, it'll tell us how much extra fuel we have, just in case we need to go to Manchester, which we don't. Oh, that's quite a bit. That's quite a bit actually, 2.3 tons of extra fuel. So this is how much fuel we'll have when we land. Or this is an hour and 9 minutes, I believe. That should be enough to get us to Manchester from Gatwick. So we do have enough fuel, it's just weird. Okay, I guess it's normal. 2.3 tons. Yeah, it makes sense actually, thinking about it. So that's about the amount of fuel my car uses. So now performance. So we need to put these in. We're going to calculate that from here. So departure performance calculator. This is brilliant. I love this stuff. So we are departing from 25 center. It is a dry runway. Oh, let's just synchronize it up and the weather as well. Oh, it's having a bit of an issue here. Go on, there you go. Alright, so my flap config, I'll do it manually because it's easier for me. We're not going to force toga. In other words, full throttle. We're not going to force full throttle. We only need to give the plane as much throttle as what it needs to take off with. Anti-ice, well, what's the temperature? 8 degrees. Anything under 10, we have to consider anti-ice if needed. But I'm going to leave it off. I don't think we need it right now. The packs will be on by the time we take off. The takeoff weight, I'm going to leave it because I think it's put that in itself. And I'd have to go back to another screen to find it out, wouldn't I? There's the runway info, 4-kilometer runway, width 60 meters, and the elevation. So, calculate. Alright, so this should be a fairly easy one. Whoa, okay, we need some speed here. 150. Are we heavy? Are we heavy today? 150, 150, and 153. Let's get that in then. So the V1 speed is 150, and the same for VR. That's the speed at which you put your virtual reality headset on. Yeah. Some people will believe that I actually believe that. Transition altitude's already set at 5,000, which is correct. Takeoff flaps will be 2. And I didn't put in the trim, which is down 0.1. So let me put that in now. So slash DN 0.1. Put that in here. And the flex to temp was 13, no, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong data. 1370 for the reduction and flex to temp 68. So 68 flex to temp. Throttle reduction is 1370 slash 1370. In you go. And 1370. Okay. That's it. So, down 0.1 on the pitch. So, here's your down. Now, it's not 10 clicks to the 1, unfortunately. Where's my little arrow? Are we lagging here? Okay, maybe you can't do this yet. I don't know, maybe I need to get the APU, but I'll set this to down 0.1, which is going to be here as soon as it lets me. I don't know why it's not letting me right now, but there you go. Okay. So the performance is done. and that's it. Fuel prediction. And then we've got our progress, which is at the moment not much. Bearing and distance 2. Oh, I wonder what it would be. Gatwick. EG, KK. We'll put Gatwick in here. 339.9. Bearing 281 as the crow flies. But we're not flying as the crow flies. Alright, so now we've got the performance figures in. Let's take a look at the flight plan. And we should have all of our numbers filled up, and we do. So now let's put this to the map mode, or plan. And we'll have a quick run through and make sure that everything is connecting up. Going across the English channel here. Hey Randolph, thanks for the sub, but I don't really need it. You can take that off if you want. I'm not interested in your subscription after your little message. Unless you weren't trying to be a troll, but yeah, I think you were. Right. So let's keep going. Make sure. Got top of descent there. Let me just go back. Okay, fair enough. Top of climb, top of descent. There's our limb, which comes in at 10,000 feet at 250 knots.
Morning.
And we have a discontinuity here, but we'll just clear it. Make sure the plane can still descend properly. Oh, that's not good. Okay, a decel. Okay, no, wait a minute. That's okay. Yeah, we've just got a final turn, and then we've got. Oh no, it's fine. Yeah, we got about eight nautical miles, or maybe even less actually. 7 or 8 nautical miles from the last turn to the thing. Boarding has been complete. I'm happy here, but that's really good timing for me. All right, let's get the other systems on. Should we give Randolph a second chance? All right, Randolph, if you're here, you are free to message. Be nice. I don't know if or you have something against me or anything, but I don't know why you would. I haven't done anything. So, yeah. You have your chance right now. Okay, so let's get the rest done. We'll set the QNH pressure as well before I forget to do that. External power is on. Everything here good. I'm happy with everything here. So my next thing would be to start up the APU, but before I just do that, I want to make sure that I've got my weather information here. It did, didn't it? It lost my SimBrief flight plan. What the hell? I've never seen it do that before. But anyway, so we have the METAR from the departure, which is the air pressure is, we got good visibility actually going out. So 1016, and arriving, what's the weather like? Again, good visibility. The winds are only 15 knots. It's gonna be okay, I think. Yeah, so 1016 on the QNH there, so we'll set that one. We'll do that side as well. I don't know if there's actually an option for symmetry. You can get that on some planes where you change it here and it'll change it on the other side automatically. And I'm going to change it on the backup equipment as well, just so everything's in agreement. And now I want to start the APU. So click that on. 1, 2, 3, go. And while that's starting, I'm going to put the probe heat on. And yeah, everything's looking pretty good. Oh, I should have done the APU fire test before starting. I should have done that before starting the APU, but hey, there you go. Okay, so we're just waiting for that to kick in now. It's showing it here, building up. We're just going to wait for it to actually fully kick in, and then we should get the message up here that says it's available. While it's doing that, let's go into the menu here. Let's go to Atsu because we have a company message, and then we go to here and receive messages. Lots of dials and buttons. What's my name in MSFS? Same as it is on my YouTube channel, Rusty Dog. Yeah, we got 3 load sheets here because something went wrong with the thing. I'm just going to ignore these except for the last one. Don't really interact with these load sheets, but see, this is what I was trying to tell you earlier, guys, that when I spotted it does tell you the zero fuel weight here and the maximum and the takeoff weight as well. It does tell you here on the load sheet. So, in case you need to know. There's my flight, Lufthansa 267. Yeah, so let's accept that. Yeah, I'm not in multiplayer. LXYZU. Yeah, no, I don't do multiplayer. Ever in Flight Sim. Unless it's a pre-arranged thing, then I would do it. I've actually done it a couple of times with friends, but yeah, that's it. APU is online, so now we can come up here, we can disconnect the ground power, and in tandem with that, if we go to ground services, we can remove the GPU and the chocks, get those away, and the jetway has gone, thankfully, so we're all good. Now I know I have a tendency to put my altitude straight up to the cruising, and you shouldn't really. I mean, 10,000 will be enough, and by the time you reach 10,000, then you can go up to whatever. Or you could even, I think some people actually set this to the transition altitude of 5,000, which you can set it to there, and then whatever the transition altitude is, change your QNH and then tell the plane to go higher. But I prefer to just let it go the whole way up. Right or wrongly, this is how I do it, and the aeroplane is going to obey all the constraints on the way up anyway. So if it's not allowed to go above 3,000 feet at a certain point, it won't. It'll stay there. Okay, so we're just going to make sure that it's all managed. Dot, dot, and dot. It is all managed by the plane, and everything is good. Well, I think we can start getting pushback. So I just want to set the transponder on. Flaps will do a bit later. Wind shear needs to go on because it always whinges if I don't put that on. It's not bad. It's not a bad thing to not be in multiplayer. If you want to fly with me, this is something you have to pre-arrange. You can't suddenly become content on my stream without arranging it, you know what I mean? That would be weird. But in the future, if you want to, you can join my Discord, have a chit chat with me and stuff. But yeah, normally commercial jets don't have planes shadowing them or tailing them, so it wouldn't be realistic, you know. Okay, so just making sure I've got everything on here that I need to have on, and I do, except for APU bleed. So we're going to put APU bleed on now. We're going to put the beacon light on as we're about to start the engines, and that's it. Anti-ice I'm going to leave off for now. If the plane detects anything, I'm sure it'll have a whinge and tell me. Right, okay, let's get pushed back, and let's use GSX to do that. I believe we're going to be going nose right for this one. Follow your gut, Rusty, follow your gut. So prepare for pushback. And while we're doing that, do you want to... Oh, now it is doing the de-ice. Okay.
The icing vehicles are coming now.
I think I need to recalculate my performance then, if we're doing de-ice. Let's have a look. Seriously, just these things that just get in the way. So departure. So anti-ice will be on. Engine and wing. I better have it recalculate now. See if anything has changed. That is the same. That is the same. Everything's the same. Okay, I'm good. Even with the anti-ice on, all the figures are exactly as they were, so I am good with that.
Confirm aircraft is ready for treatment.
Yes, just do it.
Begin treatment now and observe fluid type 1. Concentration at 50%.
I guess because it's under 10 degrees or something like that. As they treat the plane with the anti-icing fluid. I guess it's probably quite similar to the coolant in your car radiator. Kinda, sorta. Right, okay, I don't need this for now. Let's go here. Oh, this is a, I think it stated it was around 9 degrees. Let me just check and make sure. So Frankfurt, we'll just get another one. 8 degrees. 8 degrees lowering to 5 overnight. That'll be the coldest overnight temperature. QNH is still 1016. Visibility is over 10,000 feet, so that pretty much means maximum. We've got really good visibility there. Awesome. Cool.
De-icing and anti-icing completed. Anti-icing code is fluid type 1. Concentration at 50%.
Okay, let's get the...
Good day.
Bye. Thank you. Look at all the... Is this for the baggage? This is for the... Because I know when you load the Boeing, it loads the suitcases one by one, but in the Airbus it doesn't. When you're loading the baggage in the Boeing, they all go into these big boxes, and the boxes get loaded into the plane. I guess that's better, because then they don't all fly around, you know. Anyway, so we're in Europe today, and we want to contact Frankfurt Tower.
Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start until push is completed and brake.
Yeah, again, because of the anti-icing, you can't start the engines until the pushback is complete. I've got no idea where I'm going to be going anyway, so I want to get into navigation.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Wrong one. I didn't pin the departure, did I?
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
And we are lagging here with this. There we go. Oh, we've gone orange for some strange reason. So we're going to be just taxiing through November 4, going across Lima 6, 5, 4 and 3, and then getting onto the runway at 3 and take off.
Locking you.
How difficult could that be?
Yep.
Watch me and I'll show you how difficult. It's a mod, yeah, it's GSX. It's all part of the GSX thing. Did he ask me to disconnect the handbrake? No. So we're going to go nose right for sure, or tail left.
Release parking brakes, please.
Okay, parking brakes released.
Commencing push.
So we can't do nothing right now, just got to leave it.
Stand by for engine start until push is completed and brakes are set.
Yeah, if we started the engine now, this guy gets sucked into the jet and he'd be mincemeat. Mincemeat with little flakes of plastic. You know, I don't know why this is such a kind of a plain livery. I don't mean plain like aircraft, but plain as in like Plain, plain. It's just white with a blue tail and Lufthansa, but I really like it. You know, it's, I don't know, maybe it's the font. The Lufthansa font is really nice. I know we're not going nose right at the moment, but I'm hoping he's going to change his mind and turn me the other way. Otherwise, we're going to be pointing the wrong way. And let's not get... Look at this airport, looks great. Now I think we're turning off here. Unless it's here. Is that Victor 134? Victor 134? That doesn't tie in with my thing. Where are you going with that truck? Whoa! Victor 134. What? Where's that? Here?
Frankfurt Tower, Lufthansa 1223.
What are you talking about?
Inbound ILS runway 25 left approach.
So we're gonna take this
Lufthansa 1223 Frankfurt
this one.
Tower. QNH 30 decimal.
Oh, that's all I need is this one.
At 12. Cleared ILS runway 2.
Tuning into a different Frankfurt frequency. I need to turn off the MSFS thing. Where? Stop! I can't believe you're still... Guys, this is enough now. It was fine before. Is it just going to put us on this line here? Oh, it makes sense actually, because we have to follow this line around. Yeah, okay. No, that's fine. Wow, it got us right out from that corner all the way to here. And it leaves us on the taxi line, so yeah, I think that is probably correct.
Please set parking brakes.
Okay, parking brakes will be set. Alright, we're going to lock the cockpit door, if I can. Now, there's no video on here for the galley, but there is in the fly-by-wire. But it doesn't show it here, as far as I'm aware. You press the video button and nothing comes up on the screen, so there you go. Okay, he's disappeared. Oh yes, awaiting my confirmation for an engine start. Okay. Engine 2 starting up. Or at least I hope it is. 20 kilos of fuel already gone. I can't even see that when it's lit up, but you can hear it is actually starting up. Oh, the jets are, the N1's already spinning there. Oh, that N2, I've forgotten now. I think N2 is the jet and N1 is the fan, or vice versa. I've forgotten. I used to know, but I forget these things. Okay, that engine is fired up lovely, so engine 1 start. And once we get a good amount of speed on that thing, then we're good. So N2, I can barely read that. In fact, I can't, it's too bright. There you go, now it's visible. It's too bright. So you got, yeah, that's another thing on brightness, is you've got these two buttons here for the eCams. So you got this bottom one for that one. Oh, what did it switch off? Jeez. Oh yeah, maybe, yeah, it is. It's an off. You can actually turn the thing off. When you get to full dimness, it actually does switch the screen off altogether. Alright, so we have a good engine start. Confirmed. And let's confirm that.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. Please disconnect.
Okay, so while they're disconnecting, we're going to put on the runway turn lights and the taxi lights. That gives us a nice bit of brightness here. It'd be horrible if the descent, you know, my weak point, the descent, it'd be horrible if it all went wrong at the end after all this nice prep. But yeah, okay, so we don't need the engine in the ignition mode anymore. Let's just check on here. And what we should have done earlier, before starting engines, was this recall, which I think you hold it in. And if there's any issues with the takeoff config, it will actually tell me. But I can hold it in.
Left is clear.
Yeah, it's not doing anything now. We should do that a lot earlier. But anyway. Oh, there we go. Normal. It's happy. Right, so APU bleed is on, which we don't need anymore. That is actually true. Engines are started, so APU bleed can go off, and then the actual APU master can go off. And that's it. He's given us a little wave. I'm going to pick another Frankfurt Tower, 124.855. Right. As soon as he walks away, we'll be allowed to go. Right, so I think I'm taking the left turn, and then I'm going to take the L3 here. So I think I know where I'm going, but if I don't, I'm sure we'll get notified of my screw up soon. Can I fly the 747? Sure, I'll just quit this flight and I'll do it right now. Yes, 747. It's funny you should mention that, because I actually was thinking about it the other day, because Asobo have got the new or the latest dynamic physics, whatever it is, in that plane, which got updated a while ago, and I haven't flown it since, and I probably should. So yes, I wouldn't mind having a go at the 747 at some point. So yeah, yeah, I might do that in the future, in the near future. I'd like to have a go at it for sure. Another big plane I'm waiting on is the next fly-by-wire one, which is going to be even better than their A320. It's the A380. Yes, big bird. the big one. That's gonna be something. I can't wait for that one. Right, so I'm going to set the flaps now into position 2 as we're driving down here. And I believe we're going to take this next turn off. Actually, no, we need to go beyond. We need to go a bit further, so it's not this turn off. A bit further up. It's a really cool airport, this one. And we're drifting off. So it looks like these taxiways are numbered differently to what we have on the charts here. So I want 1, 2, and the 3 there. That's going to be okay. It's got to be this one because it's the end one. It has to be this turn off.
360, contact departure audio. Departure 360 audio.
It doesn't matter. If we turn off early onto the runway, we're still going to be okay. Why is it taking so much thrust to move? Come on. Okay, I just had to chink the brakes again for some reason. Okay, so auto brakes set to maximum. Spoilers are armed. So all we have to do is check in with the cabin crew and we're good. So this is a bit of an early turn off. We've got so much traffic on the runway though. Am I going straight on? It looks like it, doesn't it? So we'll stop at the holding point here. I just need to press one more button. Cabin call. And takeoff config. I know it hasn't gone away. Oh yeah, it has. Right, takeoff config test is normal. Plane's happy. It is in takeoff configuration. Let's get onto the runway. Which we're not going to be dead on the start of the runway here. My little brake lever is sticking a little. Please let this be the runway. I found it. Oh, my steering. So sensitive. Right, before I came on the runway just now, what I should have done was turn on my landing lights, and I didn't. So now they're on. Should have done that just before turning on here, but it's on now. Right, we've got a plane wanting to come in, so we better get the hell out of here. So let's go. Okay, we are stable. Go. And rotate. Positive rate of climb, and so gear up. Maintaining around 10 to 15 degrees of climb. flaps 1. Throttles back to climb. Flaps disengaged. Autopilot set. Ground spoilers disarmed. And that was smooth. A very early autopilot because I had this to deal with down here, which was a very tight turn, and I decided to hand it over to the autopilot for that one. So at 10,000 feet we will retract the landing lights, but at 5,000 feet we need to go back to standard QNH pressure, so we're going to wait for that one now, wait for 5,000. Yeah, Airbus A320 fly-by-wire are working on it. I expect it's going to take a little while, but yeah. So we're waiting for 5,000 because that's the transition altitude. That means we have to transition from the correct air pressure to the standard one that all planes will be using while they're in the sky, so that everybody's on an equal footing. When it's just, I guess it's so that when air traffic control calls out altitudes and says to one plane, you know, go to 5,000 feet, and a plane that's nearby go to 6,000 feet, they both need to be in sync with each other, you know. And if different planes have got different air pressures, you've got different altitudes, and there could be a crash. So everybody has to be at a standard pressure above a certain altitude. All right. So now we're up in the sky. We can increase the range of the radar here just a little bit. Once I get a bit higher, we'll get it into 40. So everything so far so good. I don't need this chart anymore. I'm done with Frankfurt. Thank you very much, and goodbye Frankfurt Airport. On to Gatwick then, on to the Stard, and we'll keep those ready. I just want the approach chart on the screen, and here all I need is the weather at the arrival, which will correct when we get there, because it's probably might change by the time we get there. And if we don't crash, there we go. It doesn't show where we are though, but okay. Right, so we are beyond 10,000 feet now, so landing lights can now go off, as can the runway lights. And because there's no point advertising my airline up here, I can turn the logo light off. Nav light stays on in position 1 though. I didn't actually put the anti-ice on when I took off, but it doesn't matter because the performance figures were exactly the same, and if the Airbus detects any ice, it'll come out and tell me. Alright, everything's smooth now for the old passengers, so seatbelts can come off. Now the only thing that's on there is no smoking. I'm going to set that to auto, although I think actually it should stay on now. If I set it to auto, it'll disappear off the screen. But I believe there's no smoking allowed on planes, period, now. How do people get through the long flights? Like, you know, the 6-7 hour flights. If you're a smoker, I wonder how they get through those. There should be a little smoker's room. I don't know. Right, so as we make our way up, plane seems to be happy. And we'll tune in to I'm going to pronounce it wrong, Mainsfinsen Tower. And for you, I want you on the performance page for now. I can activate the approach phrase from this screen, but doesn't really matter. So all of my when it says enter destination data, I'm going to need to have that information ready. But we have a little ways to go yet, obviously. All the destination data that I need is going to be either it's between what's on the weather information and what's on the final approach chart. So we'll get all those plugged in. I don't know what they all are, but we'll work it out as we go. So yeah, night flight, guys, because it's in real time, and there you go. I just wanted to do one in. I could have made it daytime, but I prefer real time. All right, let's go to 40 nautical miles to see what's going on up there. Not much. Right, so here's our top of climb. Right, so this is 40 nautical miles. This is 60. So this is around 50 then. So in about 50 nautical miles, we will reach 36,000 hands. No, feet. Feet, yeah. You can't stand a 6-hour flight. Yeah, what do you do? I mean, I don't know what I would do. Read? I don't normally read. Hope my phone is charged and just stay on the phone, just playing games. Do a live stream. My live streams are longer than a 6-hour flight. Oh, well, if they don't have no smoking signs, you know what's going to happen, Lenny. Someone's going to light up a cigarette and they're going to get told, you can't do that. And then there's going to say, well, there's no sign saying that I can't. Yeah, normally as well, they start the clock. I should have done that on the runway, but what the hell. We'll start it now. What are we, like 10 minutes into the flight? So we'll just add 10 minutes onto the time. It's all good. Everything is good. So far, we've run it perfectly. So I'm going to... yeah, I'll cut the stream and edit it if we don't get the landing. I'll just, before top of descent, I'll just go, well, there you go. That's been the flight up to now. I'm not going to do the descent, so see you later, guys. Then we'll do the descent, and if it goes wrong, I'll cut the stream right there, and it looks like I've signed off normally. Cheating, Rusty, cheating. Right, let's get terrain. I don't think it's... Oh yeah, okay, cool. Does it show the weather chart on here? I mean, it talks about it here, doesn't it? Terrain weather. I know on the Airbus A310 there's a weather thing.
705, runway 1 right, clear for takeoff.
So there's your wind shear. Is this the weather here? Yeah. Turn weather radar image selector knob counterclockwise. So what's it in, test mode or something? So if we go back one, does it show it there? Let's turn the terrain off. I don't know whether terrain needs to be on for it. Have a look. System. Oh, okay, let's set it to system 1. System 1 should be here, and system 2 I think would be over there, right? What do I know? I don't know whether we need terrain on or not.
Southwest 41898, Hamilton, runway 1 left line, away from...
I don't know. I have not played with this before, you know. I don't know. Gatwick can be a bit tricky. I've landed at Gatwick a few times. I did a Copenhagen to Gatwick flight quite a while back actually. But yeah, we've got quite a tight quite a tight final turn, I would say. I don't think the weather is on this, to be honest. So I'm going to turn it off. I actually don't think it's working. Yes, you see on the flight plan we've got a very tight final turn, but there's at least another 7 miles to the runway, so we know, you know, the flaps can be in full config by the time we make the final turn, and then as we make the final turn, after we've done it, we'll be 7 miles out, roughly, I calculate. Once we get to about 5, we'll take the undercarriage down, and yeah, hope everything goes tickety-boo. It is going to be an ILS landing, so it shouldn't be a big issue, but it will be, because that's how things flow. Oh, I can't even see anything out of that window. I mean, in the daytime you can see the wing there, but you can't. No, it's so light in here and everything. And if I turn the no smoking signs off, does these go off? I don't think so in this plane. I don't think so. I don't know. I mean, I could check, but I don't think it does. So no smoking. No smoking sign is now off. I'll be impressed if they're off though. Oh my god, they're off. No, they're not. I thought it was, but there's one there. Yeah, we're facing the wrong way. I actually thought they'd gone off. That's impressive. I think there's a plane that does it though, but I don't remember which one it is. So yeah, the signs are staying on permanently in here, so the invisible passengers, you know, should be taking heed of that. But there is no smoking on my flight. So once we see the terrain turn green, green. It is green. Once we see it turn blue, or cyan, we know that we're going to be over the English Channel. So everything here is as cool as can be at the moment. Let me just declutter this a second. Alright, there it is. I was looking for the top of climb, and it's actually there. So it's after Make It and before Go Pass. So what's weird is why it isn't showing on here. It's saying that top of climb is a lot further ahead of us after retax, but apparently not. According to this arrow, that's where we're going to be. It is moving around a little bit, to be honest. Yeah, you can see. So I'm going to trust this. I think you can get stuff on here, but I don't know. Yeah, and getting the weather information printed out on the printer, it doesn't even display the weather information. It's bugged. So Fenix needs to do a little update on this one. Maybe when they introduce the Block 2 phase, they'll do that. I hope. Yeah, this is a good view of the end of the wing here. But you've got to be sat over the engines, I think, to... Let me see if we can get an engine shot here. There you go. And then I have this in the middle of the aisle shot, looking up towards the galley area. That is the galley, right? Up there. That jump seat is actually in the cockpit. So where's the one where we can see the cockpit from... There we go, this one. This is a good view to bring the armrest back down. Oh, look at the way it turns back at the end. I never knew it did that. It actually turns in. Well, damn. Where's me little dim switch? There it is. There we go. A bit darker now in here. So now I can get some sleep. Wake me up. Hey, rusty air is great, man. There's nothing wrong with rusty air. Sebastian. Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah, look, the top of climb now is getting more and more in line with what we're being told on here. I'm expecting that hour to go past retax now, which is what Google should be, retaxed. Actually, no, because then they'll probably take more money off my freaking super chats. 25% they take, Google. Greedy baskets. So yeah, we're, what's that, just a tad slightly, a little bit over a quarter away in. While we're here then, let's check out the departure, the arrival. I went with departure because it begins with a D and I meant to say destination. So let's check in with the destination stuff. Right, so it's a Cat 1. Oh, we already had it. Cat 1 landing at runway. That, I knew it would look wrong to me. That says 08. I've got the wrong chart there. Yeah, okay, let's go to the other one. I knew that looked wrong. 26 left. Yeah, because the slope was coming down to the left, not the other way around. Alright, so give me info. We know the transition altitude is 6,000. I'll be able to remember that. ILS frequency is 110.9, but we won't need that because the plane will fill it in. Inbound course is 257 degrees. I think the plane fills that in as well. It's pretty clever. It seems to just know everything. Right, runway altitude is 196. We need that for the Boeing. We don't need it for this Airbus. We do need it for the Airbus A310, but not the 320. All I need is my decision altitude for a Category 1 landing, which is going to be 396. So, DA, H, decision altitude. 396. Any other information I need? Yes, we've got a 3 degree. The autopilot, when it descends, will attempt to, when it does the final descent, it will attempt to engage a 3 degree profile. If you want to do anything more than that, you're going to have to do it yourself. So this is the expected thing, descent path. So at 4 nautical miles, we expect it to be at 1520. 1 nautical mile we expect it to be at 570. This is above the actual, this is the height above the runway though. It's not the altitude, I don't think, right? Is it? Oh, of course it is. Yes, sorry. Ignore me. Yes, of course, we've already got the 2000 here, yes. Okay. Forget it, I didn't say that. Okay, never happened. Never happened. Look, for a Category 3 landing, right, which is an auto land, we have 50 feet. Jesus. We can be 50 feet above the runway before we pull up and abort the landing on an auto land. Category 2 landings, we've got to be 296. But for us, with a Cat 1, which I believe is the standard ILS one, is 396. Good evening, Rod. How are you? For initial approach, see 21-2. 21-2. Initial approach. Yeah, see, this is one we're coming in on. I think we're coming in this way via timber. I'll check it now. Coming in via timber, going up here, and then we've got this, whoa, and it says mandatory 2,000 feet at 5 nautical miles, right? 8.5 nautical miles, sorry, can't read. Yeah, 8.5, we have to be at 2,000 feet, so that's what I'm going to set my altitude to on the way down. And then we have this, and then I think it's about 7 miles. This is a 5.5 waypoint right there. So I think we've got the center fix here. Once we've done the final turn, I reckon about 7 miles to the runway. So I'm happy with that. Oh, and programming in a go-around. Well, we can do that. If I can remember how to do it. I've never done it before, but this is called Mayfield, so May. So we've got Timber and May, and there's a go-around point there, which is 87 and 267. This is normally 1 mile, I believe, but this says 1.5. Does that mean it's 1.5 turnaround? Let's see, I don't know if we can get it in there. I've never done it before, I don't really want to mess things up. So we've got Timber. Are we coming in at Timber? I don't know. Maybe not. Yes. And then is it May afterwards? No. So we've got a go around. We can put a go around anywhere. We can put one here if we want to. But I've got to try and remember how to do it. So I think if we click on Timber and then we set up a holding point there, and the inbound course, oh, it doesn't even tell us. Oh, the inbound course at Timber, 307. Yep, 307 degrees. This doesn't mean we have to actually do the holding point, by the way. So and then do we want to do a right-hand turn or a left? Oh God, I don't think this is part of a holding point here, right? But let's say it's a right-hand one. If it's a left, then we just click here and we get. Oh, actually, we have to stick an L in there. So it's a 1 mile thing, and if we insert it, oh, Rusty. I hope we can cancel it afterwards. So we don't actually have to do it, but it's inserted it in there now. This is my first time ever doing one. So let's see where it is. Timber. And we have a hold. And then we've got imminent exit. So this is where we go into a holding pattern, and when ATC says, okay, you're clear to land, then we'll do imminent exit, or whatever, immediate exit, which means the next time the plane has finished doing the loop, it'll come out of the hold pattern. So now, can we see the hold pattern on here? Let's go to the plan, and there it is. So we're going to hit Timber, and then we would do a hold pattern, keep circling until we get told to land. That's how you set one up. I've probably done it quite badly, but let's see if I can cancel the one we have. How do you do it? Do you just clear it? I actually don't know. Oh, I know. Okay, I think I know. If I can't clear it, I'm going to be in trouble. But if I do immediate exit right now, will it clear it? Or see, we've got a hold pattern here, so I'm going to try and just clear that. And I'll clear the discontinuity out as well. There's probably a more gracious way of doing that, but still. So now we're back there. Yep, we're back good again. Oh boy. Am I planning to come in on 0 Alpha Inner? I couldn't even tell you. No idea. All I know is I'm coming in on runway 26 left.
Yankee Papa and hold short of 22 left. 2 Romeo, or 8 Romeo.
Can't even ask you to tell me top the whole runway 1, wind 260 out 14, runway 28 left. Quick takeoff.
I hope 2000 is going to be enough to capture that glide slope. So yeah, there are preset holding patterns. I don't know what this. I mean, it says May there, but May wasn't on my list of waypoints. Let's go here a sec. Just fishing around here for the information.
At Tower United 623.
Glide slope information.
Here's Amstar, crossway 7, copy to fly, runway straight left, clear to land, wind 260 out 13.
Land on 28 left, United 623.
1840.
Yes, United 6, wind 260.
Does anyone know what this little star means? Is this the top? Is this the? Well, it's on the final fix there. But we'd already be descending at this point. This isn't where we start descending. Obviously, this line extends outwards. I think I should put it down to 1500.
With the official 28 left.
So we can be underneath. I want to definitely be underneath the glide slope here.
And wind 260 out 13.
Thank you.
Only because I don't know any better. I'm trying to just make sure that the plane is underneath the altitude it needs to be to capture the glide slope.
8892, San Francisco, 1 left, 5 minutes.
Hey, AVAX. Welcome. I'm doing okay. I'm doing good, thank you. So this 2000 is a constraint, which I think the plane will stick to anyway. All right.
Delta 8892, we're waiting for the flight attendant to call us back with me.
I wouldn't know. I've seen Aliens, but I wouldn't have known that reference.
Runway 1 left.
Sorry, Delta 8892, we're...
Yeah, so if anyone knows that they can, that's watching this, that can tell me,
Sorry, you have the runway 1 left, minus weight.
that can tell me about the glide slope, like when you're coming down, you want to be, because I've done a flight once where I was coming in and I was still too high, and the plane never captured the glide slope because my altitude was too high. So, anyway,
Jasper 43, trying straight left, clear to land, wind 260 out 15.
I've come back to this screen for a reason, and I don't remember what it is. So, this is another thing I've been reading about, this ETP, which I think is ETOP or ETOPS. And I don't know what that is either. Are we over the channel yet?
Departure, okay, Delta 8892.
There's the water of the channel. Select 2000 as that will capture it perfectly. Okay, I'm going to trust you on that one then, because that's what I had it set to, and it's also 2000. If we run down my flight plan here as we descend, we got 2000 here at the final fix. So hopefully, and then we've got this 3-degree descent of 5 miles onto the runway. And at the center fix here, we've got a 3-degree descent for 1 mile. Yay! So once we reach FF 26 left, we got 5 miles. That's the perfect time for me to get the wheels down. I think between 5 and 7 miles, you want to get the wheels down. You already need to be, I believe, in full landing configuration by then. I'm not going to go full flaps though. Full flaps landing. I'm going to do another flap 3 landing, which is this one. Landing flap 3 mode. We're going to engage that one, I believe. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Whoa. What the hell? What the hell? Are they... What? Are those all planes? Jesus freaking flip. Traffic. 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 Yeah. Equal time point. Okay. So what's ETOPS then? Ah, gotcha. When you get past ETP. Well, okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, guys. What's ETOPS? Do you know what that is? I thought that's what that was. Just shows how ignorant I am. I can't believe how many planes there are in the sky right now, and they're all... Why are the lights all so big and flashy? Got another one down here. Jeez. I wonder if I could screenshot that. That's nuts. Please don't all be going to Gatwick. Please. Oh my god. That is... I thought we had a graphics issue. Something was going wrong. Oh man, we got traffic. This is everybody emigrating. Wow. Yeah, jeez. Everybody emigrating. Oh, that's nuts. I've never seen this much before. We've got the TCAS warning system on, but I'm hoping we're going to slot between everybody here. Right. Okay. I think we just end up going through the planes anyway. There's no collision set, so we're going to be fine. It is dark. Nothing to see, is there? Having a window seat on a night flight, I mean... Press your face up against the glass, put your hands on either side of your face, just in case you can see. I mean, there's not even any... Well, there won't be any city lights if we're going over the English Channel. So, yeah, we're not going to be able to see those. I think we're just on the coast of France here, and we're just going to be going into the Channel. That's not into it, by the way. That is over it. So let's check the company message. What I could do is just keep this screen on the company message page, and then we can just, you know, get straight to it. Lufthansa operations. No ADC required. Oh, that's cool, man. I was hoping I didn't have to use ADC. What's ADC, guys? Automatic distress system. Which is your mouth does that, doesn't it? Your mouth and your both your mouth and the hole on the bottom of you. That's your distress system. They release sounds on both ends. What is going on? Maybe there's a good Aurora Borealis tonight, and we can just everyone's just flying over there. So I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. I'm not sure. I think that's a star actually. But 10 planes just out on this view right now. Oh, that's the reflection of the screen here. Is it? I think so. I believe it is. Yep. That is definitely land. your Mac on, it's going to be raining. Right, we're going to tune a different station now. We're going to tune Antwerp Tower on 119.7. Enter destination data. Okie cocky. So to do that, we go into the performance page, we go to the next phase and the next phase, and we want the QNH for our flight, which is here. And we can just go to weather and refresh it just to make sure we're set on arrival, and it is indeed 1016. Come on, stop being so jerky. 1016. So we want, oh, it's filled in the wind information. That's probably because we did it earlier, but it's probably changed. Flight level, transition flight level is correct. So temperature is, and it wants the wind as well. So the wind is 250 for 12 with 8 degrees. So 250, 12, that's obviously outdated information. This 312, and it's 8 degrees. And the decision altitude was 396. I remember that one. So let's go 396, 200 feet above the runway. And landing config, we've got it set to flaps 3, which is what I want. And this is our landing speed, this is our approach speed, which the auto throttle should take care of nicely. ILS 26 left, beautiful. Okay, destination data is complete. So now we're just waiting to hit top of descent, and then we can tell the plane to go down. And there it is, top of descent, 30 miles out. Descending over the channel. The plane will evade collision itself. I don't know. It looks like we're going to be okay though. I don't know what we've got this set to. I know I've got it. It depends. I don't know if it's set here or what, but it's set to. Well, I've got it set to on instead of auto, and then I've got that set to TARA. There's the range. There's an option in EFB to ignore TCAS auto avoidance. Yeah, I've not seen that on this. Have a drink. It'd be so nice to get a little beep before a mile before you reach top of descent. Like I say, in the Boeing, if I set this altitude in the Boeing, and it's as soon as it hits top of descent, it'll descend automatically to that altitude, where I don't think this plane does. You have to wait till you reach top of descent and then manually pull the button here into manage mode for it to do it. That's how it is. So I'm just going to remove the terrain for the moment so that we can see. And now that we're under 20, I'm going to bring this range down to 20 so we can see it there. Rayan Yosfi, hi Rayan Yosfi, welcome. I don't think we're going to be able to see anything out of the windows still. Not even the city lights down below. We can get a maybe closer look. Oh yeah, we can see city lights, just about, but as we move and the light reflects off the window, you can just see the city lights there, guys. And there's the coast. Oh no, that's... I just embarrassed myself again. Right, so let's go back into the cockpit where I'm more familiar than looking out of a window. Yeah. Yeah, done that, Seb. How you doing, Ryan? Nice of you to join us on the stream. I do not want to miss top of descent. So I also believe that in the RadNav it's got the course, which is 257, the final approach course. It's got the ILS frequency, and of course the standard 3-degree slope that we'll be coming down on. So everything is going according to plan. And I'm kind of like Hannibal. I love it when a plan comes together. But it hasn't come together yet, because this is the phase where I tend to mess up. On my last flight, it was fine. We got a beautiful landing. I did go a bit off center because I was too busy explaining something. That's not going to happen this time.
Okay, you need to read that back and go a little quicker, okay? Fairway's 869, affirmative, runway 25 right, clear to land, super smooth. Alright, 5 right, clear to land.
Right, my focus is just on the top of descent meter here, and just before we reach it. So we are 2.5 miles away from it right now. Just before we reach it, I'm going to engage the nav. In fact, we could do it right now, to be honest, give the plane a little bit more time to work itself out. So let's just hit manage mode if I can, and the plane should begin to descend. So now it's in its descent phase, which is what it says here.
American 459 Romeo.
All right.
5 right.
Now, excuse me, I don't know whether airlines put the seatbelt sign on at the moment they start descending, or whether they do it when they reach 10,000 feet. I think it's 10,000 feet, but that's what I'm going to do it as. So 10,000 feet, we want to be arming the... actually, if we get to the... if we get to the limb phase, and we don't arm the auto, if we don't arm the approach mode by then, the plane will arm it itself. Right, so we're just getting ourselves back on profile here. So I've just enabled the drag thing. Okay, I've taken off the spoilers now. Just making sure we're staying on profile, and again, if you want to know how your profile is doing, you can just hit progress and it shows you here. We are currently 73 feet underneath the profile, which is fine. And I think definitely I want to go back up on the range here. Dibbly. I'm sure there's a Vicar around there somewhere. And now we're perfect on profile. Absolutely. In fact, how far off are we? 1 foot above. Ooh! 6 foot below. Yeah, it was perfect. Perfect descent right now.
459 Romeo, drop 5 right, ground 0.75. Right, and 0.75.
Yes, weather conditions, obviously, if it's a bit turbulent or whatever, then they would go on earlier. So now my focus is basically the green dot and things to do at different altitudes. 10,000 feet, I'm going to be arming the spoilers. I'm going to be putting on the auto brakes. Seatbelt sign's going to go on, and yeah. And then when we reach the limb, just before we reach the limb, or just on the limb. Actually, we can't do it on the limb, because as I said, if we do it, by the way, on the limb, what I mean is when we get to limb here, which is the 10,000 feet, if we don't arm the approach phase, by the time we reach here, the plane will arm it automatically. So this approach phase here. Yeah, and approach phase is totally different from the approach mode here. So don't get those mixed up. If you click that button, you're not arming the approach phase. Nope. Different. Yep. Exactly. The green dot, like the yellow line here, is the plane in relation to the ideal flight path on the way down, the ideal descent path, which is the green dot. So we're underneath right now, which is absolutely fine. I'd rather be underneath than above. A lot easier to control. So yeah, decision altitude is in there. We know that the air pressure is going to be 1016 when we get to 6,000 feet. Oh, Mr. Goatman, hey. Yeah, I know that wasp. Yeah, that bit I'm familiar with. Did I just find a hotspot here or something? No, I don't know what that is. I was never able to move this trim wheel either, by the way. Maybe I could have done it on my... Oh yeah, I could have done it on my joystick wheel. I've got two trims. I've got one on my joystick wheel, which is for very small increments, and one on my HOTAS, which is for larger increments. Well, thankfully all the sparkles in the sky are pretty much gone. This is your captain speaking. Switching my radio to Brussels Centre. It's all I have. I don't have London Gatwick on the radio at the moment. Still a little bit too far out for that.
Seabird 8901, contact London Center on 118.475. Good day.
I think we're a little bit above profile at the moment, but not enough for me to worry about. I think the plane's doing a really good job of controlling it.
118.4.
Also at 10,000 feet, I want to be doing, so like I said, 10,000, I'm thinking of speed brakes, although sometimes they're going to have to come off. If I need to apply drag, I'm going to have to bring them out of the armed mode and then apply some drag and then put them back in again. But I'm going to be arming the spoilers. I'm going to go for low auto brakes. You can go for mid. You are not allowed to go for maximum auto brakes on a landing, but you can go for one of these two. So I'm going to go for low. The other thing I'm going to set is the landing thing here, this thing on the screen at 10,000, no smoking and landing lights on. Yeah, and all that jazz. Remembering it all? Oh yeah, easy. I'll remember all of that. Yeah, probably not. Once I get the rhythm of doing it, once I get into the habit of doing it, I keep doing flights and I get into the rhythm of, you know, maybe auto brakes, slats, lights, you know, those kind of things. Just
118.475 speed per
yeah, just getting into a habit. Like, do everything down here first. So landing gear and spoilers. Also, I guess we could arm the flap, the landing flap 3 mode as well at that point. Right? I don't think that's yeah. Imagine doing that from a controller. Didn't even think about that. Yeah, no. So, brakes, slats from here, and then slats, spoilers, speed brakes, same thing. Isn't it? Yeah, spoilers. Didn't miss anything out down here, did I? And then up here we're going to be looking at flap config, because normally I've been going for a full flap landing, but I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm going to go for config 3, and then we want, unless it's a short runway, if it's a short runway then full flaps. And here we want landing lights and seat belts, and also a little call to the cabin for the passenger, for the cabin, for the crew to, you know, put your sandwiches away. And actually I think just on the final approach you do a call to the cabin to let them know to take their seats and buckle in, the crew, the cabin crew. Well, it looks nice out there, doesn't it? So we're at 18,000 feet, which is the transition altitude all over the United States. But we are so much going to be coming down. Also make sure you have the dot here coming down. Apparently you're not supposed to land with auto throttle on either. Is that forbidden? I think on a Cat 3 landing you probably have to, right? But a Cat 1, I read somewhere that you have to disengage the auto throttle for landing if you're doing a Cat 1, which is fair enough. I don't mind doing that. If you don't, you get, the plane insults you, remember? Yeah, retard. Plane's called me that a few times. Flight level 140 here. We've got another 2,000 feet to go. Is it above? Doesn't show on here, does it? Normally I've seen flight level 070 A or B. It doesn't look like, oh, it is actually a constraint though. Will it make it? I think so. We're on perfect flight profile here, so I think we will hit 140 by the time we get to Abtom and do a little turn. It's going to be close though, unless we're allowed to be above. I don't know. Maybe it's 14, flight level 140 or above, in which case we're just fine. And here comes the turn. We're definitely in the UK now. Come on, baby. A barrel roll. It's funny, in the cargo hold I actually do have a barrel, and we did actually roll it before takeoff. It's full of wine. Okay, so it made it. It did make it, it got under it. No, the plane did it perfectly. It was absolutely spot on. Now, the limit here is 250, yeah? So the moment we start decelerating down from 250 and the plane starts decelerating like here, 230, that is a point where you, 220. That is a point where you can enable the approach phase. The moment it starts slowing down from 250, you enable the approach phase. If you don't, then it will do it by itself. Actually no, because the limit's above there. What the hell? I'm sure I was told to enable approach, activate the approach phase once the plane starts slowing down from 250. But if the plane's going to automatically do it up here, okay, I'm going to need to research a bit more into that. But when we reach LIM, we'll see if this gets activated. We will see. We will see. Ooh, expedite 1951. That's interesting. Let me take a look down here. Ah, it's not there. Okay.
9988 Emirates 998, please, today fly after Dibble, direct to Seagull, landing Emirates 998,
Interesting. Okay.
Alright, you continue,
I wonder why it's got 1951 there. Because we have an expedite button up here, which is hurry up.
Center Speedbird 11 Heavy is at flight level 255, climbing flight level.
Okay, tuning into the tower at Manston now.
Heavy Russell Center radar contact. Continue to kilo Oscar kilo.
3682, near glow, do you set to maintain 5,000?
So what's next? Arnhem. So limb is there, which is, I think, this purple dot. That's our limb.
65 heavy, turn left heading 120.
Auto approach. Yeah, no, not approach mode though. I'm talking about the approach phase. So when you say auto approach mode will activate at the D point, which is the decel, right? Are you talking about this one? Does the autopilot automatically enable approach mode? I didn't know it did that. Because let's not get mixed up here between that and the approach phase, because they are two different things.
210 knots or greater. 10 or better,
So yeah, I've got everything set up here on my little notepad for when we hit 10,000 feet. Just get a few things organized for the descent, and then all we have to manage is the wings. Yep, let's manage those. The flaps. Yeah, manage the wings, make sure they stay on the plane, they don't fly off. And there's the channel. There's the south of England, and then that's going up north, I guess. There's the deceleration point here. So this purple D that you see here is this, the decel here. That's when they shout at you and go, slow down, slow down. No, we have to be in landing configuration by that point, I believe, right?
65 heavy, 6 from Dillon, turn left heading 070,
The approach phase is activated at the D? I don't think so, matey. No, that approach mode, yes, approach mode, but the approach phase, no. That we need to do that before. Trust me. If we don't do it when it hits a limb, the plane will activate it here. The purple D is when we do the approach mode. So yeah, it's different.
144, hit 140.
But if I've never seen the approach mode get auto activated, but I want to get into the habit of doing it anyway, you know. Okay, so coming up to 10,000 feet now. Ooh. Right, because we're getting closer in, I believe I might be able to just range this up a little. Yeah, we'll stick to 20 for now. And it's giving me grief here. Yeah, I think that's right, Wasp. I think the approach phase is at the limit thing here, because I was about to do it on the last flight, and I was just about to click the button, and the plane just did it itself right here at the limb. Okay, so 10,100, that's enough for me. Let's get things sorted. So, auto brakes on, low. Spoilers armed. And then we want to get up here. We want to switch on the landing flap 3 config mode. We want the landing lights on, which are here, so I've got a button for that. We'll also put the runway lights on. actually can't do it from here for some reason.
Approach course U752.
Oh, that one's already on. Okay. That's actually gone to takeoff position, has it? Yeah. That one. Seatbelts on and a cabin call, I believe.
At 1533, speed 180, that maintains reason. 81st at 3000, United 1533.
Okay, we are below now. So we've got Arnun, we've gone past that. So we're at 250. It looks like Lark is 250 as well. But if the plane starts slowing down from 250, then it's constrained to 250 here. So after Lark, yeah, we could be good. So let's see. Because Arnon is behind us right now. I'm waiting for this limb to kick in, but I'm... Okay, so here. If it doesn't engage now, I'm going to do it. It hasn't activated it. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, I'm going to activate the approach phase now. Oh, we have to confirm it as well. Okay, that's done. So now the approach phase is ready. And now when we get to the decel point, it's the approach. Oh, the other thing we need to do is the LS. And we'll be able to see the glide slope and stuff coming in. Yeah, okay, Wasp. I'm just going by a video I watched last week. There was he was an actual Airbus pilot, and I was just watching him do it, and that's how he did it. So I'm just kind of copying off him, really. But I'd rather do it manual sometimes because I want to get into the habit of procedure, if you know what I mean. So now that we're down on speed, we can engage flaps 1, I suppose, but we don't need to right now. We're okay. We are well below the flight path. So flaps 1 at 230 or below, flaps 2 at 200 or below. So we're at 210, so we could engage flaps 1. But I'm just going to wait a little while longer. I'll watch the video again if I remember. Yeah, if I remember which one it was, and I'll just try and get some confirmation on it. Because I'm not sure really how early you're supposed to arm the approach phase. Because I know the approach mode gets armed at the decel point. So why would... I don't know why you would do both, but anyway. So the next thing we're waiting for now is 6,000 feet, where we can do the air pressure. But as you can see here, the constraint is flight level 070, so we're not allowed to dip below 7,000 right now. And from the runway, we are quite a distance still, I think. Yeah. Now the flight's coming back on profile. We actually could put flaps 1 down right now, but I don't know, it just feels a little bit early. So we've got 7 miles to timber, then another, so that's it is early, isn't it? So that's 19, and we've got 24, 25, and we're 30 miles from the runway. So let's engage flaps 1. We're only going to go to flaps 3, so Once we dip under 200, something's not right here. I think this. There you go. The sim froze up a second. So once we get to the S here, we can engage the second. How come the graphic always shows like it's like only one side of the flaps have gone down, but not the other? Is that because there is a 1 plus F or something, and that shows both? I don't know. It's weird to me. Very weird. Aye. Alright. So we've got a very slow approach here.
At 65 heavy, maintain 180 knots, still doing, contact tower, 18.3, have a nice day.
180 till doing, over at 18.3, 965 heavy, right there.
So we're at 190 right now, so we do have the speed required to put flaps 2 out, but I think it's a little bit too early. Once we make the turn at Timber, then I'm going to put the flaps out, flaps 2, and then we'll engage flaps 3 once we get under the 185, or yeah, we'll be fine. And then wheels down at the final fix, and we're good.
110, 110, United 21, or 24.
I don't think we'll be able to see the runway yet. It's... where is it exactly? Okay, so it's just off our right side, and it's at an angle. It could be this big bright light here, that could be Gatwick. Okay, so I'm going to go flaps 2 after this turn. We are on profile very nicely. Very, very nicely at the moment. Bang on. It's just drawn this blue line. I don't know whether this is our go-around path or what.
Super 185 heavy, new approach to maintain 5,000. 7 maintain 5,000, Super 185 heavy.
Okay. Flaps 2 then. But we do have from Timber. Oh, it's quite a distance, man.
Embark 4393, turn left, lane 120. Embark 4393, approach left, lane 120. Left 120, Embark 4393.
It's quite a distance. Still. Yeah, we got about 10, or is it 15? Yeah, 15 miles to CF. But flaps 2. It's a bit slow, but hey. Yes, S is for slats, F is for flaps. I know. Again, it's me repeating stuff I've heard on video. It's not because I'm stupid or anything like that. Oh yeah, right. I'm going to pull this out now. Oops, top one. Can't see in the freaking dark. Let's do the other side first, that's more important.
Number 4393, 6 from Goodwin, turn left 070, maintain 2000 until steps on the localizer, clear LS, and forward approach. Alright, 030.
Hey Cosmic.
Till doing cleared ILS.
Welcome.
4393.
And after we've made this turn, we'll get the gear down because we'll have enough time. I tend to put it down 5 to 7 miles away from the runway.
Close, 070, 2000.
You see, the approach mode is what brings up the localizer and glide slope thing up on here, isn't it? Unless it was just timing. The last time I hit approach, it brought that up. So I'm just going to do it the way I do it. As long as I get the thing down,
370,
I'm a happy chappy.
0, maintain 3000, still salvage, third aisle left, runway 4 at approach.
For the heading 3000, still salvage, 4 right, 3 out at 370.
Okay, let's tune to Gatwick approach.
370, speed 210.
310, speed 370.
Is that our runway over here? It's starting to get bright again now, that thing. Okay, we're 6 feet under profile. That's awesome.
We're 185, heavy speed 2.
I'm going to tell the cabin crew now, get into your seats.
Be about 185.
I don't know what the frame rates are at the moment. It does seem to be stuttering quite a bit. So I'm going to engage flaps 3 before the turn and then undercarriage out after the turn. And as you can see, we have the glide slope coming in here. No localizer yet that I can see. It's off the side there.
United 50 heavy, switch here at 6000. United 50 heavy, here approach. Roger, we maintain 5000. Set 5000, United 50 heavy.
Yeah, we are quite slow. If I put flaps 3 though and the plane wants to maintain a certain speed, it'll just increase the throttles.
Your brother's doing it, it's a turn out, United 370.
Beaver 185 heavy, turn left, heading 130.
Left heading 130, just give a 185 heavy.
Okay, once we dip under 3000, I'm going to go flaps 3.
United 1291, going to maintain 6000. 6000, United 1291. Repair 3446.
Auto throttles are just so lovely.
Maintain 3000, will establish, third aisle left, runway 4 at approach.
Well, this says plus 2000 here, so we need to be 2000 or above at this point. But 2000 is the minimum, so we won't be dropping under that until after we get past the final fix, I believe.
2,500.
Actually, it's 3000. Okay, flaps 3 going in now. Got another plane there.
United 1291, turn right, heading 090, to maintain 5000. Heading 5000 altitude, 1291.
I'm going to be engaging the approach mode anytime now, I think.
United 50 head, traffic 10 o'clock, 3 miles left and right.
So approach mode is on. Cat 3 single. Localizer is armed. Glide slope armed. Let's see. So the only thing we need to do now is bring down the landing gear, and we'll do that on the turn. Or just after, sorry. Yeah, just after the turn. Glide slope is perfectly on there. And I'm hoping now on the turn we're going to see the localizer come in. Please. Because that would be nice. Oh, stop pausing! It's just frozen here again. So from final fix to runway 5 nautical miles, that is just what I want. It's got the localizer, it's got the glide slope. just coming up to final fix now. We are 0.4 miles away from it, so now's a good time to lower the gear.
Falling 7820, you are 18 miles south.
That's Microsoft Flight Sim right there.
ILS runway 26 left approach via Willow transition. Clear to Willow.
Yeah, so you were right, Wasp 2,000 feet was enough to capture the glide slope nicely, so that's cool, so thank you for that. I was going to bring it down to 1,500, but it would have done the same thing, it would have stayed at 2,000 anyway.
Maintain 4,000 feet, expect ILS runway 26 left approach.
Question is, at what point do I take over?
7820.
Everything is set up, we've got everything ready for a perfect landing.
46 and 180 subdealing and over the town for 34 pushes.
So far the descent has been brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Happy lights look to me like 2 white, 2 red, as they should be. I just hope if I switch to manual, take off the autopilot, that I don't screw the end of the flight up. I should be okay, but I do need to practice these. What did you call out? 1,000? Okay.
Yeah, we're going to report 65 on my 3 cars. Number 625, partially limiting approach.
Oh, hello. Oh, it's whinging because the auto throttle's off. But I thought it was supposed to be. Okay, leave it on then. It doesn't seem to be happy about auto throttle being off, but there you go. Fiddling with that, I've let the plane dip a little.
Good afternoon, Unit 2376, 9.4 to cross 290.
2428, 5 to it, turn line setting 070, do you should maintain 2000, so now it's localized, you're cleared, ILS 4, right approach.
You can whinge about the auto throttle, I'm taking it off.
300.
We need to be 50 over the threshold.
1 mile south. Descend and maintain 6,400 feet, expect ILS runway 26.
Oh, there's a plane there as well.
Transition.
100.
Clear to Willow.
50 at the zebra crossing.
40. 30. 20. Retard.
And it's
5.
4285 from Dylan,
Descend and maintain
170,
6,400 feet.
We don't need to pitch the nose down, we just let the plane fall.
Willow transition. Clear to Willow, easy 8306.
Reverse is on until 70 knots. Wow, we got it stopped really quickly there. That was quicker than I was expecting. Wonder why it was having a whinge about the auto throttle. It's fine. Now I'm just going to pause here because I actually don't know which way to go. I don't want to be given a run around.
Gatwick ground, Lufthansa 112 tree taxi to the gate.
Lufthansa 112 tree taxi to
Oh, now we've got to sit and wait for her to run through this.
November Oscar Romeo Tango Hotel Romeo November Romeo.
You could put the lights up on the runway and then start nattering, couldn't you?
November Romeo Uniform November Whiskey Alpha November Oscar Romeo Tango Hotel Romeo Alpha November.
Yeah, and while she runs through all of that, 17 planes are getting delayed.
Go cross runway 26 right November Oscar Romeo Tango Hotel Romeo November Romeo Uniform.
Okay.
November Whiskey Alpha November Oscar
So,
Romeo Tango Hotel Romeo November
flaps up,
November Whiskey Alpha November
APU on.
Tango Hotel Romeo Alpha November Whiskey Lufthansa 112 tree.
Yeah, it was a good landing. It was good. I'm not going to say like great, excellent, superb, perfect. No, it was a good landing.
Good way to that southwest, right to left on Tango.
So flaps are up.
Alright, got the southwest in sight.
We can disengage the spoilers, but I'm busy at the moment. Is he trying not to miss a turn off?
2914, we're clear for Alpha 17.
2914, contact to Alpha 17, Yankee Tango. Cross turn to left.
See, I end up drifting.
Yankee Tango, cross turn left, turn center, turn right, southwest 1914.
Welcome to Gatwick, guys. Left Frankfurt, Germany, flew all the way over France, and I think a little tad over Brussels, I'm not sure. And yeah, we're good.
And then continue past Yankee to be the second right turn.
Oh, the flight director, yes. Yes, yes, yes. That's it. Flight director has to go off as well as the auto throttle. I remember hearing that now on the video. Yes.
Land 73 Juliet, safe parking.
Gotcha. Cheers, Wasp.
Charlie Penastar.
Well, that's 2 landings in a row. Well, we got it good. And no diss on the fly-by-wire A320 at all, because I love that plane. It's got some quite immersive stuff on it that this doesn't, but the it's more satisfying to land, not to land. It's more satisfying to do an entire flight with this plane, because you know it's like super steady level, and if you get it right with this one, well, you are going to get it right with the fly-by-wire as well. I think, yeah. But I love the fly-by-wire because it has captain and crew call-outs as well, the safety briefing, and it's such a polished plane. And the great thing about the fly-by-wire, the great thing about it, even I would say over the Fenix, is value, just value. It's freaking free. It's the most. It's the best bang for your buck. If you're flying commercial planes, the the fly-by-wire A320 it's not as steady level as the Fenix, but it's getting there. It's getting to really high level. But in terms of a free plane, it's the closest you're going to get, man. It's brilliant for freeware. Absolutely brilliant. And I'm never going to be of the attitude, well, oh, I've got the Fenix, it's the top one out there, so I'm going to uninstall the fly-by-wire. Nope. No way. There'll be days I just want to get in the fly-by-wire and fly that one instead, because I like some of the interactions that you can have with it, with the captain and the crew and stuff like that. It's brilliant, and the guys have done such an immense job on it. And it was around when Fenix wasn't, Now one of these is we've got double markings here at Gatwick, and I don't know why. I'm pretty sure I've only got the one Gatwick. I'm using the freeware Gatwick that's on flightsim.to. I don't know where I'm supposed to line up, but there's 2 sets of markings here. Okay, so my parking brakes are on.
15, LD runway 31 left from the intersection.
APU is available, so we can dis the engines.
That one, you said you're coming out of Delta Alpha?
Yes, sir, we are. We'll get to
JetBlue 1415, Old Shore Taxiway Alpha, monitor ground 121.
Let's get the radios off. Don't like the fact that everybody on the radios there they're all Americans. Nothing against Americans, but we're in Europe right now, and I want to hear voices based on where we are. Like if we're in Germany, I want to hear like German accents and stuff like that, and that stuff. Okay. So what I should have done, which I never remember to do, is when we turned off the runway, I should have killed my landing lights. And turn those off now, and we can turn off the beacon light now. The window heat we can turn off. and we can request ground power, which is already there, so that's on. So now I can remove the APU, we don't need that anymore. Take off the nav, and seatbelt signs, otherwise nobody's getting up. Yeah, cheers Wasp, and Seb and Lenny, and yeah. Oh, the NSX is awesome. NSX, I'm thinking of the Honda. Yeah, the A32 NX from Fly-by-Wires, awesome. For freeware, it's incredible. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the A380 that they're going to do is even more involved. I mean, they're really going to town on the A380, and that's going to be
requested.
That's going to be freeware as well. So cargo. Okay.
Gatwick Ground Ryanair 1212 requesting
DHL.
Gatwick Ground Ryanair 1212 no pushback tug is available to answer your request.
Please hook it in correctly. There you go, that'll do. Now I believe we get boxes coming out of the A320 as opposed to, like, you don't get suitcases. The suitcases are in boxes here, as you guys will see. Hey DEFCON! You got to see the landing. Oh well, that's a spoiler now, you see, you've spoiled it. You've seen the ending. Welcome to Gatwick, it says at the top there. I believe this is the latest version of Gatwick, but it's got two separate ground markings. I don't know why. It's the only Gatwick I have, I'm sure of it.
Ryanair 1212 taxi to...
And thankfully, you know, we used to have that issue where when you reach your destination after a longish flight, I mean, we didn't do a massively long flight, but it used to be the case that you would have stutters coming into the airport, you know, your destination airport, it would stutter. But I don't know if it's because I've now got the 3080 Ti or because they've improved it, but there's not really any stuttering here. Now we can't see the passengers getting off because no one's getting out the back, and there's no glass here, so we can't see. I'm sure on the pictures of Gatwick on the freeware one, it was showing glass. Yeah, glass jetways. Oops. These cameras, man, they're weird. And after the flight, we're always like this. In the drone cam, it's always tilted. Wow, look at those runways. Jeez. Oh, it's up. It's gone up in the air there. So I suspect even at this time of night, it's going to be a busy airport. So nice zoom level is 75 to 80. I like to go to 80 on this one now, and then just pull back. Right, so this is a Lufthansa flight that we're on, so we're going to pick up some passengers and fly back now. No, I'm just kidding. We should do, though. We should do a return flight at some point, definitely. Where we sit here and just wait. Maybe actually copy a real flight that happened that day or something. You know, go check on flight radar and find a European A320 flight, see where it took off from, see where it landed. It doesn't have to be Europe, but if it's any further afield, you know, like the Middle East or something, like Abu Dhabi to Heathrow, that's a long flight, you know. I wouldn't mind going as far afield as like Rome, you know, in Italy or something like that, south of France. Yeah. And I love the way that GSX differentiates here, where it knows with the Boeing its suitcase is getting loaded on, but here it's a completely different system with these 3 carts here and the boxes. And I can even get the guy to come round and empty the let's call it the bathroom wasty thing. Gibraltar. Oh, Gibraltar. I don't mind taking off from Gibraltar, but landing at it, it's an RNAV landing. It hasn't got ILS. And having lived there for 30 years, I know you need to be specially trained to land at Gib. Yeah, it's an RNAV approach, that one. They don't let every pilot from like EasyJet or British Airways go to Gib. I don't mind taking off from Gibraltar. Landing is the tricky bit, but say Gibraltar to Barcelona or something. I don't think Gibraltar flies to Barcelona. There's limited destinations. Madrid, I'm not even sure they do Madrid. I know you can go Gibraltar to Manchester and Gibraltar to Gatwick. I'll have to check on the actual flights. I'll have to check those. I haven't been monitoring up here. How's the passengers getting on? I haven't been watching. They are... Oh, okay, here we go. 26 passengers only left the plane. For God's sake. These passengers, they're really slow. I don't think we can go through the... Oh, where did this come from? I hate this. There we go. And now I don't have any... I can't move. I don't know what mode this has gone into, but it's absolutely bizarre. This is really weird. How was I able to open that door? I locked it. Anyway, camera. Freaking Nora. Ah, fixed, look. Is that what it is? No. Oh, now I'm trapped. I'm trapped. There we go. No, I cannot move. So, we'll do it with the cursor keys. And come out that way. Come on, people. I haven't got all day. $38 people from 164. I'm gonna turn the cabin lights off, and then you're gonna trip over yourself. I think that's a thing, isn't it? I'm not sure. The cabin lights. Isn't that controllable from here?
Gatwick ground Ryanair 6 Sierra Kilo, requesting pushback. Gatwick ground Ryanair 6 Sierra Kilo, no pushback tag is available.
Oh, let's get rid of this radio because it's annoying. Oh, cabin lights. There you go. And you can actually turn the cabin off so that you can't see any seats or anything. You can actually do that. So I think from outside now, yep, it's all dark and freaking noisy out there. Wow. Glad I'm in here. Yeah, look, they're all in the dark now. See? That's a sign for you to hurry the hell up. Get out of my damn plane. Yeah, look, it's all off now. It's all dark. You can alter the speed passengers disembark. Oh, can you? Right. I will have to check that out. EasyJet disembark. Can it be done in here? Or GSX settings. Now you can't see this screen, but let's have a look. Timings, perhaps. Deboarding density. Boarding density and deboarding density. Is that the speed? Aha, yes it is. Wow, I've got this set slow. Deboarding times. More density equals quicker times with some cost of FPS. Okay, let's knock it up to... It was set to normal. I've got it set to dense now. There we go. Now we've got it set to dense. Which means the dense passengers can get off first. Bye. See you. Hope you enjoyed the flight. Oh, that's better. Oh, that's much better. Nice one. And if we go down into the jetway, we should, if it depends how the jetway is configured. It's only freeware. But it's actually not letting me past. It's not letting me out the plane. We'd have to do it with the drone camera. If we can position ourselves over the jetway and into it, sometimes, yeah. We need a GSX profile for it. I've got one, but I don't know if I've put it in. I don't think I've installed it. And that would put the passengers at the correct height and the whole shebang. But yeah, we did a good flight, I think. We have a company message. Let's see what that is. Yeah, I know that now. I turned it off. And let's go here. It's probably a message to say, great landing, Rusty. Well done. That was awesome. Yeah, that's the message. It's just coded. It's just in code. But that was our arrival time. So we are at Zulu time at the moment, and I didn't turn this off, but it's been 1 hour and 30 up to there. But yes, this is the UTC time that we have here is real time for me. It is in fact 2017 my time. So it's cool when I'm
Thank you very much. Goodbye.
It's cool when I'm linked up with it. Hey, Grandad, keep out of the plane. Where's the door gone?
Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Now, I'm not sure, but I think if you actually lock the doors, you shouldn't be able to hear them anymore. Lock. Oh, God. Yeah, that might be the fly-by-wire actually that does that. You lock it and you don't hear the back. But and unless what that is, it's on the fly-by-wire when they're doing the announcements, you know, exits are over there and blah blah blah. I think it's their own audio that gets cut off if you lock it. But on the fly-by-wire, I think if you click lock, you can actually hear the door like clacking into place. And I believe there was only one time I ever needed to, when my undercarriage wouldn't go down, my wheels wouldn't go down, and I had to actually use the manual thing to, you know, to rotate the handle and bring the thing down. Actually had to do it manually once. Yeah. I don't know what the problem was. I think it might have been a game bug or something. I don't think it was an actual failure. Next time it pops up, I'll take a note of it. How many passengers are in it, is it now? Ah, awesome, 103. Nearly there. So crew supply of oxygen, I think we're fine with that now. We don't need that anymore. I'll turn that off.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, thank you. Bye, thank you for a wonderful flight.
You're welcome. They've all got really thick German accents, haven't they, these people on this Lufthansa flight? Yeah, I wonder how Flight Sim 2024 is going to come out. And it is going to be called 2024. It's actually going to have the year in the title, unlike this one, which does not, and everybody thinks it does. But it doesn't. It's just called Microsoft Flight Simulator. But yeah, Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. Don't really need the 20. I think we know it's the 20, the 2000 years. Yes, V2. I know there's like, isn't it like 100 different fixes and stuff like that and additions? It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome because I don't know how you improve this plane. I mean, all the correct systems are in place, but they've obviously found ways to fix a couple of things. The weather thing needs fixing, so I'm hoping that's going to get done, because the weather just does not work on this at all. If we go into the weather here and do a weather request, let's request it for this airport, for Gatwick. Okay. And then we select, we want a meta. I don't want a TAF because I don't really read those. I just read metas. And we click send. And then we should get a company message in a minute or so. Ooh, TCAS can come off, can't it? TCAS on standby. What? What? Oh yeah, it is. Oh, okay. Well, it says message there, but it doesn't pop it up on here, which you would expect, right? But if you click here, you can't read it. So let's not do it there. Let's go to receive messages, weather data, and as you can see, it just knocks you out to the main menu. It's bugged, and because it doesn't show it, you don't get the print option, and you can't get the printout on here. So I'm hoping they sort that out. Let's reset this trim. Yeah. Bye bye. Is everybody off now? It should be done, surely. We should be done. Yeah, it's pretty much pure study level right now, isn't it? But I think a lot of it's going to be fixes. And there'll probably be a couple of tweaks to the systems we currently have, and there'll be a few additions as well. The one to look, the one to watch is the one that's the Airbus A320 that got released. That's got tyre wear. I mean, this doesn't have that. This doesn't have tyre wear and stuff like that. Where the A300 from any builds has got it. You have to change the tyres when they wear down, otherwise you might land and blow a tyre. You have to maintain the fluid levels, so you're kind of a pilot stroke engineer or technician or whatever they're called, airplane technician or engineer, whatever, mechanic. I don't know what they're called. Yeah. So you have to keep aware of the maintenance of the plane as well. But the A3, which is okay, A310 is the free one. The A300 is the payware one. Yeah, I want that freaking plane. I want the A300. It's payware. It's super plane. The cockpit, as far as I'm aware, is absolutely identical to the A310. The EFB, I believe, is different from what I've seen, and it has some good features. But like I say, it has,
Do you want to
you know, tire wear and everything. Yeah, let's get the pilots and everybody out. And while we're doing that, we can shut the plane down. Now, I don't know how to turn this off. I mean, how the hell's the power button for this? Does it even have one? Delay allocation card. What the hell? Use an external device. Does that put this onto a browser or something? Or tablet?
Pilots to boarding starting.
So you've got this, you can pull it out, but then you've got to wait for the battery to run down. And they're not, unlike sometimes when you've got stairs, that they don't have their own bus. They're deboarding off the jetway as well. And the crew, the lovely crew. My ladies. Nothing in there except a hat. Oh, I didn't do this, did I? The arrival performances. Just to tell me, you know, where on this runway, where about the plane would be stopping if I used low brakes or medium brakes. Max, I don't know what conditions you would be using those in. Maybe some really bad weather or something. But I don't know. Wouldn't that be dodgy? Like, it must have ABS. Because using maximum brakes on a wet runway, that would seem more dangerous to me. Unless it does have ABS. I don't know. But yeah, okay. So there we go. Landing distance procedure. I have no idea what all this is. I'm just going to hold the home button in, see if it switches off. See, we're not charging anymore, so we're losing power. Anyway, if anyone knows how to switch off the tablet, let me know if it can even be done. But there you go. That's the flight, guys. I'm done. And it was Frankfurt to Gatwick with 3 hours in. And that's it. So there you go, guys. I might be tempted to attach my wheel to my desk now. Hey, Jeffrey. Oh yeah, you just missed the flight. But just think, you've got something to watch now in your own leisure time and stuff. But I don't know, I might attach my wheel to my desk and fire up another stream if anyone even wants to watch me bumble around on track. Oh, I don't know. We'll see. Right at the end. Yeah, right at the end. We're signing off now. Plane is now cold. Well, it's warm. It's warm and dark. It's cold and dark outside, but not here. Not on the plane. Alright guys, so thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. And I will catch you guys on the next flight. Until then, thank you for being a passenger with me today, and I will come out of here. And I will catch you on the next one. Until then, I bid you a fond farewell. Catch you next time. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.